It's okay, kid.
Somewhere deep in the green heart of New Zealand, a police car rolls up to a tiny farmhouse. Inside, sitting silently in the back seat, is a kid who thinks he's a gangster. 13-year-old Ricky Baker, city boy, troublemaker, and officially unwanted everywhere else. The social worker, Paula, gives him the full rundown like she's reading out a criminal record. Graffiti, stealing, running away, the list goes on. Ricky just stares out the window, bored. This isn't new for him. And when the car stops, he looks around at the middle of nowhere and thinks, asterisk, yeah, nah, I'm not staying here. Asterisk. He even tries to hop right back into the car. But too bad, this is his last chance. The next stop is an orphanage, and even Ricky knows that's worse. The woman who agreed to take him in is Bella.
I'm Bella. You can call me Bella or Auntie if you like, even though I'm not your real auntie, but...
An older lady with a kind face and a warm laugh that fills the whole place. Her husband, Hector, on the other hand, looks like he hasn't smiled since the 1970s. He walks in with a gun over his shoulder and a dead boar hanging from it. That's the welcome committee. Ricky's room is small but cozy. Bella's filled it with little touches. Books, toys, a hot water bag, even a knife. She calls it practical. Ricky calls it creepy. That night, he does what he always does. He runs. He makes it a few hundred meters before realizing the wilderness isn't as friendly as it looks. By morning, Bella finds him passed out on the ground, hungry, dirty, and too tired to argue. Instead of yelling,
It's a miracle we found you. You made it all of 200 meters.
she sits beside him like a mother who's seen this before. She casually mentions breakfast.
Eggs, bacon, a few sausages on the side.
That's all it takes. Ricky's back at the table like nothing happened. Hector doesn't say much.
Leave me alone.
Cool.
He just chews his food, watching the boy like he's studying a wild animal. Bella, though, she's different. She sees something in Ricky. Maybe it's loneliness. Maybe it's just that she likes a challenge. And of course she is a sweetheart. Over time, Ricky starts to soften. He still writes these weird little haikus, poems full of swearing and dark humor, because some therapist once told him it helps. Bella just laughs and tells him to keep writing. Then she teaches him how to shoot.
Bloody hell.
Imagine that. This city kid who can barely hold a sandwich now aiming a rifle at a pig. Bella moves like she's done this all her life. She kills the boar clean and quick, leaving Ricky both horrified and impressed.
Whoa, wanna help me gut it?
And slowly, this strange little trio starts to look like a family. When Ricky's 13th birthday comes around, Bella surprises him with a song, badly played on a toy keyboard, but full of love. Even Hector can't hide the tiny smile trying to escape his beard. Then she hands him a gift. A puppy. He names it Tupac. Of course he does. That day, Ricky laughs more than he ever has. For once, he feels like he belongs somewhere. But then, just like that, everything falls apart. One morning, Ricky comes home to find Hector crying. Something he never thought he'd see. Bella's gone. Just like that. At the funeral, only a handful of people show up. The priest gives a strange half-funny sermon about heaven having two doors, one leading to snacks forever. Ricky barely listens. He's too numb. Hector walks out before it even ends. He's broken in a way words can't fix. Back at the house, he sharpens his axe in silence while Ricky burns some toast, trying to help. It's awkward, painful. Two people who don't know how to talk about loss. Then comes the letter. Paula, the same strict social worker, is coming back.
Like hell, they can't do that.
Yeah, they can.
Bella's gone, and now Ricky's going to be taken away again. For Ricky, that's the final straw. He's not going back to foster care, not to the orphanage, not again. He begs Hector to let him stay, even throwing out crazy ideas like,
If we just keep living here and if they try to take the farm, we'll just have a shootout like Scarface. Except we don't have any cocaine. Why don't we just get you a new wife? There's plenty of ladies on the internet, I heard. Too sad?
Hector just shakes his head. He's heading out into the bush. Alone. Ricky can't accept that. He tells Hector that orphanages torture kids and do experiments on them. It sounds ridiculous, but you can hear the fear in his voice. Because to him, being alone again feels worse than any of that. That night, he packs his bag, grabs a gun, and leaves a note that says he's gone forever. He tries to fake his own death by setting fire to a scarecrow dressed like him. Only problem, he accidentally burns down the entire barn. So yeah, great start to his new life as a fugitive. Ricky hits the road, eating through all 15 sandwiches he packed in record time. He can't hunt, he can't make fire, and at one point he tries to eat bark. He even hallucinates from hunger. A real gangster in the wild moment. And that's when Hector finds him.
You lost?
Tired, limping, and definitely not dead. The two stare at each other in silence. They don't know it yet, but from this moment on, they're stuck together. A grumpy old man and a wannabe gangster kid, about to become the most wanted duo in all of New Zealand. When he discovers Hector can't read, he mocks him in a goofy voice.
No. You can't read?
Furious moves to hit him, but instead twist his ankle badly. Ricky tries to help, though his version of help is questionable. Now he's stuck, injured. But with his leg twisted and Ricky refusing to leave, the two are stuck together for a while. When Hector tells him to fetch something, he brings the wrong thing. But Hector somehow caught an eelfish. Days pass, and the two settle into an awkward rhythm. Hector teaches Ricky the basics of surviving out here. How to make fire, how to hunt, and most importantly, how to poop in the woods without toilet paper. Ricky hates every bit of it. This is child abuse, he mutters, while Hector just tells him to use a leaf and move on. Meanwhile, back in civilization, Paula, the overly dramatic social worker, has realized Ricky didn't die in the fire. His ashes were just burnt fabric. And now, she's on a full-blown mission to catch him. She tells the cops, no child left behind. Like she's in an action movie. She basically treats this whole thing like a military operation. Posters go up, helicopters fly over the hills, and soon, the entire country's hunting for one old man and one kid who just wanted some peace. Out in the bush, Ricky's actually learning things. He hunts, builds shelters, and even manages to start a small fire without burning down half the forest this time. And when Hector finally learns to walk again with the help of a stick, they keep moving deeper into the wilderness. Then, one day, they stumble across an abandoned hunting cabin. Inside,
Oh, Uncle, we're famous!
missing for 6 weeks, it says. Apparently, people now think Hector kidnapped Ricky, that he's some unstable old man who's gone rogue. When 3 hunters walk in and spot them, the tension explodes. The hunters immediately assume the worst.
You're a bloody pervert.
What'd you call me?
Ricky tries to explain but ends up making it 10 times worse. He says things like,
Just stuff. He had a sore leg, so he made me do things for him. It was hard at first because my hands are so soft.
the poor guy doesn't even realize what that sounds like until the hunters start calling Hector a pervert. Next thing you know, fists are flying. Hector takes all 3 down like a retired Rambo while Ricky fires a warning shot into the ceiling, shouting, "Back off!" They escape again, leaving the hunters behind, more confused than hurt before robbing them. As they catch their breath,
Oh!
he realizes what he just said in there will sound real bad. Now Hector's officially wanted not only for kidnapping but for being a molester, as Ricky hilariously puts it. Great, Hector groans.
Doesn't matter what you tell them, they won't believe you. They'll think I made you do it.
But underneath all the jokes, you can tell Ricky's scared. He's been through the system, through homes, through rejection after rejection when he was young. And that's why he has left city. And even though Hector pretends to be tough, he gets it. He's lost too. That's when they both quietly decide they're not going back. They'll just stay in the wild. Live free. 2 outlaws against the world. Weeks pass. They move from one hidden spot to another, climbing higher into the mountains. Ricky's actually getting good at surviving. Hunting, tracking, even cooking. He starts calling Hector Uncle. And somewhere between the jokes and the silence, they start feeling like a real family. But out there, the legend of the bush gangsters begins to grow. People report sightings. TV shows run stories about the missing boy and his dangerous uncle. Paula, of course, loses her mind. She starts leading search teams into the forest like she's hunting the world's most wanted criminals. Cops, rangers, even the army get involved. Meanwhile, Ricky's loving the attention. He imagines himself as a true outlaw, a hero of the bush. He even gives their little camp a name, the Ricky Baker National Park. He draws fake maps and leaves notes for Paula like, "You'll never catch me, you egg." But behind all that bravado, there's heart. When the nights get cold, Ricky looks at the stars and talks to Bella. He remembers how she believed in him when no one else did. And Hector, who never says much, sometimes mutters her name too. For both of them, this isn't just about running away anymore. It's about holding on to the one good thing they ever had: freedom. And as they sit by the fire, sharing one last can of beans, Hector says something simple that sticks with Ricky. "She didn't have a family, you didn't have a family. Now we do." Their bond keeps growing. Ricky still calls himself a gangster, but he's also learning to care about Hector, about Tupac the dog, even about the forest. And Hector, who once barely spoke a word, now listens to Ricky's endless chatter about rap, hot chips, and how he's basically the New Zealand version of Tupac. One afternoon, they stumble upon a breathtaking spot, a lake surrounded by mountains. They stop there for a while. Hector opens up about Bella, how she never had a family, how she took him in when he was broken, and how she chose Ricky because she saw something in him. And for a rare moment, Ricky goes quiet. Out here, life is simple, until they find a cabin with an old ranger inside. The man's sick, barely breathing. Hector wants to help, but he knows calling for help means getting caught. In the end, he can't do it. So Ricky takes charge. He sneaks out of the bush, determined to find someone, anyone, who can help. That's when he meets her. A teenage girl named Kahu, riding a horse like she owns the world. She spots this weird kid stumbling out of the woods and goes, "What are you doing out here, bro?" And just like that, Ricky's in love. Kahu takes him home to meet her family, who immediately recognize him from the news. Her dad's thrilled. He grabs his phone, starts taking selfies with Ricky like he just met a celebrity. Ricky pretends to act cool, but he's clearly soaking up the attention. That night, he eats like he hasn't in weeks, real food. For the first time in forever, he sleeps in a warm bed. But when he wakes up, reality hits again. He can't stay. The police are closing in, and Paula, of course, is already onto him. As he slips out, by the help of Kahu, he spots black-clad officers moving through the trees. Full SWAT mode. Paula shouts at the guy found it in the cabin the day before. Ricky runs. Through the trees, down the hills, shouting for his uncle. And somewhere in that massive wilderness, he is phoned. They reunite, battered and breathless, but alive. By now, they've been on the run for 4 months. 4 months of headlines, searches, and choppers buzzing overhead. News anchors talk about them like they're outlaws from an old movie. Some even offer money, 10 grand, for their capture, dead or alive. Paula quickly corrects them. Alive. But every chase has to end somewhere. One afternoon, Paula finally corners Ricky at a cliffside. "Come here, Ricky. Right now," she shouts from across the gap. "I'm not going back," Ricky yells. The two argue like action movie rivals. She calls herself the Terminator. Ricky laughs. "You're more like Sarah Connor, from before she got fit." Paula even tries to bribe him with chocolate nuts, saying if he turns himself in, he'll never go to juvie. But Ricky shakes his head. "No deal. You don't trade family for anything." And with that, he disappears back into the bush. Later, he finds Hector again. They're bruised, hungry, and encounter the hunters who clearly didn't learn their lesson the first time. "Freeze!" one yells and rob them again.
Freeze!
Shit just got real. Again.
After this, Hector tells him, maybe it's time to stop. He's old, tired, and knows there's no happy ending to this. But Ricky, stubborn as ever, insists he's a gangster, a real one now. That evening, a giant wild boar charges at them. It's massive, like something straight out of a nightmare. Hector lunges at it with a knife to protect Tupac, but it's too strong. Then Ricky fires, hitting it clean in the head. The beast collapses, but Tupac's hurt. Badly. Ricky's face falls. He kneels beside his dog, whispering to him softly. Hector does what has to be done. The moment is quiet, painful. No words, just loss. Afterward, Ricky opens his backpack. Inside are Bella's ashes. He's carried them the whole time. Hector takes them, walks to a waterfall, and scatters them into the air. For a moment, the wild feels calm again, like Bella's finally home. But peace never lasts long for the bush gangsters. Winter's closing in. Snow, cold, and choppers start showing up again. Their names are back on every news channel, and this time, the search team is bigger and louder than ever. And their time as bush gangsters is running out. They're living rough, half-starved, half-frozen, and always one step ahead of the search teams. Eventually, they stumbled upon a strange man living in the bush. A local legend about a guy that lives out here in the bush on his own. They call him Psycho Sam, claiming he was also a celebrity like them. Sam wore kitchen utensils on his head to block government tracking, and even cooked wool. He had been hiding out for 15 years, fed up with filling out endless forms and paperwork. Despite his odd ways, Hector was still seen as the pervert. And after robbing the hunters again, both he and Ricky were once more branded as outlaws. Then, Ricky noticed they were surrounded on all sides. Sam had hidden a pickup truck under a tarp. To give the fugitives a head start, Sam offered to stall the police. In reality, he just melted back into the bush again. When the truck bursts out onto the open road, the chase begins. For real this time. Dozens of police cars behind them, helicopters overhead, even a tank rolling down the dirt road. It's pure chaos. Ricky's behind the wheel. Because of course he is. He's never driven before, but that doesn't stop him. Not too fast, Ricky. Hector yells. I didn't choose the Skunk's life, Ricky shouts back. The Skunk's life chose me. They swerve, skid, and crash through fences, trying to lose the cops in the forest. But eventually, the truck flips, landing upside down in a junkyard. End of the road. Special forces surround them. Paula grabs a loudspeaker. Come out with your hands up. Hector's done. He's tired, beaten, ready to surrender. But Ricky refuses. He lifts the rifle, aiming it toward the sky. I'm not going back, he yells. Hector tries to calm him, but Ricky snaps, shouting that Hector's been corrupting him all along. He's molesting me. Ricky blurts out in panic. Everyone freezes. Hector just stares. Are you serious right now? Ricky realizes what he said, but it's too late. The police move in. In the chaos, Ricky accidentally fires and shoots Hector in the butt. You shot me. I'm sorry. I was aiming next to you. That's it. The Great Bush adventure ends with an upside-down truck and a bullet in the backside. Both are arrested. News spreads fast. The Wilder people have been caught. Their wild journey, months of running, surviving, and bonding, is over. Later, in court, Ricky listens quietly as everyone talks about him instead of to him. But this time, he's not alone. Kahu and her father show up to take him in. They give him a room, a family, and even put a hot water bag on his bed, just like Bella used to. As for Hector, he serves a short sentence, then moves into a rehab center to get back on his feet. When Ricky visits, he finds him sitting outside. Ricky approaches him, awkward but sincere. I'm sorry, he says quietly, for shooting you, and for burning down your shed, and for calling you a molester. Hector sighs. That's enough, kid. They sit there in silence, the kind that feels more like peace than awkwardness. Then Ricky grins. So, wanna come live with us? I can help on the farm. And we can still look for that bird, the Guyu, to keep the fame alive. Hector pretends to think. And just like that, the two of them are off again. Not as fugitives this time, but as family. Because for Ricky Baker, the gangster kid everyone gave up on, the real victory wasn't escaping the police. It was finding someone who never gave up on him. Thanks for watching. And if you are interested in our stories, be our subscriber please.